Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for game number 1 of our second round here. We've got Fundamentals, they are on the red side, versus EDP45, or 445. Something like that. We'll call them EDP. We'll just do it like that. They're on the blue side. They ban out the Marin. This is indeed the second match of the day. We had EDP who placed themselves into this match. So they did not have one before this. We just came off Fundamentals taking their first series in 3 games up against Team Demon, and they have made it into the second round here. So I want to welcome you all to the match in the PVL, the Premier Valor League. The Marin ban, I mean, we since EDP weren't playing, they were able to watch Fundamentals play, and they saw how XXX handled that Marin. They saw what was going on there. Fundamentals take out the Xennial, not too much of a surprise. I would expect them to take out the Superman as well, and possibly an Aram. Aram is just one of those things right now that, oh, okay, taken out by EDP here. Yeah, it's just one of those things. I mean, you get a lot of people in an AoE, you're going to get a lot of healing, you get a lockdown, which is basically a free kill, depending on who it is. Kind of expect that. Rourke taken out by Fundamentals here. That's a little bit surprising, but you know that XXX knows exactly how strong that hero is and does not want to leave him in the pool. I do appreciate the follows, ladies and gentlemen. I have not casted a whole lot of Arena of Valor. That should be pretty obvious, but I'm hoping to get a lot better at it. So, we're still learning quite a bit as we go. But in any case, there is no way that's going to be a player ban. I don't know if people call her player. That's a very German way of saying it. Maybe it's a Pura. Let me know. But Team E gets banned out by EDP here, and Superman, not too much of a surprise, taken it by Fundamentals. Hey, Near Chaos. The kid's doing pretty alright. There's a lot of death. There's a lot of destruction. But we're doing pretty alright here. Hovering over the Roxy for a little bit, but it is going to be the Lindis first for EDP here. And similar to the first game that we saw today, Fundamentals possibly looking towards the Slims. And they lock it in. XXX does play that pretty well. I personally like the hero quite a bit. Has a lot of mobility, and you get that free lockdown with the flying spear. I mean, that's just an opening to a fight right there. It's so easy to combo off of it too. But Kefla will pick up the max to get some global mobility with that. Interesting hero to pick up. We'll have to see how it goes. I think it has a lot of upside if you get ahead, but if you start to get behind, it is difficult to make it work. EDP going with the Omen and the Scud here. It's going to be the first Scud that we've seen today. Fundamentals pick up the Flash and the Lumber. Is that... Do my eyes deceive me? Is that a Grak? Are we going to see a Grak here? Pick it up. Just lock it in. Just do it. Make like Nike and just do it. I would be very excited to see a Grak showing his face here. But he decides to just not do it. And it makes me a little bit sad. We'll go with the Chog, Gnar, and the Raz to finish out their draft. The matchup is currently EDP versus Fundamentals. Fundamentals took the first game, or their first round matchup against DA. So with that being said, we do have our lineup set. Arduin, the last pickup here for Fundamentals, will be played once again by YKT. And that will set our draft here for the first game. A reminder, this is a best of 3. So our teams have to win 2 of these matches in order to move on. I believe we're only doing the first 2 rounds today as well. So this may be our last game of the day if there's nothing else going on. I'm not sure. But we'll have to see. I'm more than open to doing more matches as they come. So we are set here for game number 1. We've got our lineups, we've got our heroes. All we have to do is get into the game and see what ends up happening. I don't really get to see a whole lot of Chog in matches, so I'm interested to see how that goes. I think it will be pretty good. As far as ranks go, he's the lowest on his team. But, you know, when you have a bunch of diamonds and a master in there, it's tough to be as high as them. So with that being said, we're into game number 1 here. Let's go through and introduce our teams here on the blue side. We've got support only playing the Scud, Paranoia on the Omen. We've got Wasim playing out the Lindis, Colossal Blitz, he's handling the Chog, and then finally Miku X playing the Raz in the mid lane. For fundamentals, Slam already getting into the action with his flash on the mid lane. Max will be played by Kefla. He's the solo laner. Triple X out of the jungle. Playing the Slims. 12 Nuns. He's found Colossal Blitz out on the river. He's playing their Lumber. And then finally, YKT handling the Arduin as the roamer here. Max already getting into the jungle a little bit, seeing if he can find anything there. He will be knocking Paranoia around, and that fish manages to block the spear, the flying spear out of Triple X, so Omen doesn't have to worry about too much there. Meanwhile, YKT, he is keeping support only out of the jungle, and it will work for now. Just want to make sure that that jungle is secured for Triple X whenever he gets over there. YKT doing a good job of that. Paranoia clears out that wave and immediately starts running. Scud with some presence on the bottom lane. They've got this lane pushing in, and it's a big rotation. It's a huge rotation out of EDP. Now Omen finds Slam over at mid. This is going to lock him out of anything going on at the bottom lane. This is already a lot of pressure out of EDP over towards the Abyssal Dragon, but that dragon is not up for another 15 seconds. Now Omen possibly a bit early on that rotation. He will keep that lane away as it was pushed in by Kefla. And Slam in some trouble already in the mid lane. Goes down to Wasim with that last auto attack. YKT is just hanging out here in the brush. Triplex starts it out with a nice spear on the support only. Nice heal, but he will eventually go down. And Triplex is in the middle of everything. Colossal Blitz tries to get away. He is being locked down. Now 12 Nuns in some trouble. Will end up falling. And Kefla has been able to join the fight. Big fight out of fundamentals as they take down 4 in the first big fight of the game. The first team fight will start off with some great flying spears out of Triple X. And Triple X becomes a triple kill. They'll take the first Abyssal Dragon of the game. And they're also able to get some aggression inside the jungle as well, steal a couple of those camps away from EDP. So it's a nice start from each side, but just a slight edge going to fundamentals right now. Now the question is how many mistakes are going to be made. Sometimes AoV is all about the mistakes that a team makes that allow the other team to get back into it. You make less mistakes, you end up winning the game. That's generally how it goes. Flash takes down support only on the bottom lane. Kefla getting into a big dirty battle with Paranoia, but here comes the troops. Here come the cavalry. And Kefla is going to turn tail and run. Does not want to be involved there too much. Luckily, Triplex is able to take some creeps out of the jungle. Some neutral minions. Oh, oh no. Gets a big steer out onto Wasim. The Chognar is there to help. Paranoia inside the bush. They can't interrupt him. That could have been another kill going into fundamentals as they take down 2 on the top lane. That's just exactly what a flying spear can do to a team. And it was on the perfect target as well. You really have to be careful when you're playing up against the Slims. Oh no. You can't let him get going like that. Triplex hits another one on the Omen. Luckily he was underneath the tower, but it just goes to show how comfortable he is feeling today. He is feeling himself, as they say, and that was close. Mach Punch off the mark, but they're still looking for the tower, and they will get it. Fundamentals take the first tower of the game. Abyssal Dragon up in 23 seconds, and Max is making his way over towards bottom. Roz is the target. Does he go so deep for it? Yeah, he does. He's going to go all the way for this one. His team needs to be there. Big heals. Big Arduin doing some huge damage as well. The knockup is there, and Slam is able to zone everybody out with the Cyclone. Miku gets in, but gets in a little bit too deep, and now Wasim is the only one left underneath this tower. Is he going to be able to survive? Triple X looking for the spear, looking for it, not hitting it. Wasim forced to the side, though, and that's more than enough for his team to be able to clean him up, as Fundamentals take another huge fight in the bottom lane. Will follow it up with a tower, and most likely the Abyssal Dragon. And that's exactly what you want to see out of Fundamentals. They're going to chase. Now, remember that they have gone too far before, but this might not be too far at all. There is a chance here for EDP to get back in the fight and get some follow-up. YKT will fall, and Triple X is being pursued. Mach Punch in from Slam. He would really love to secure himself that kill, but Triple X, he misses a spear, and he might have missed himself the opportunity there as well. Cyclone onto Wasim is able to avoid it with that big move speed out of the Lindis. And we have the turnaround. Kefla is deep. Kefla is trying to secure kills for himself, looking for some smooth moves, but unfortunately, he smoothly moves down to his death here in the enemy team's jungle. EDP taking down 5. And there you go. I mean, it just doesn't take too much to get back into the fight. Miku giving one up in the mid lane, but if EDP can secure themselves the Abyssal Dragon, it will allow them to get back into this fight quite a bit. Stun goes down to Colossal Blitz. They cannot secure the Dragon. Lumber's team was just a little bit too far behind in order to do anything there. And Wasim, with the heads-up play, goes ahead and takes the Abyssal Dragon. Could help them quite a bit. Mach Punch is missed by Slam, and support only would love to get into a fight like that. Arduin stun off the mark. Cyclone will be there, but Slam is just so slow at that point, and EDP, they did a great job of moving away. Oh, from downtown, Wasim takes out the Arduin. Or not the Arduin, but rather the Flash. Now can Shaw get away? Slim's looking for the spear. It hits the minion wave instead. And Colossal Blitz gets taken down on the bottom lane. Looking over at the top lane, Kefla getting chased by Paranoia a bit there. Neither will fall. And this is opening up some space for Raz to take down the tier 1 tower in mid. That was as good a chance as ever. Really? Max, are you... How deep are you gonna go? He decides to stop. Doesn't want to go that deep. Sometimes you just want to use that ultimate to get back into the fight. Get somewhere as a Max. And that's exactly what he does. Over in the top lane, Slim's looking for Paranoia. Paranoia just able to retreat away. Oh, almost trying to guess on that one. He will go deep underneath the tower. He needs Max to tank. They're going very deep for Paranoia. I'm not really sure that this is the right move at all. Meanwhile, in bottom, Lumber is being pursued by support only, and he could be in some trouble. Now, if you look at where we are on the map, I mean, sure, maybe Fundamentals can make a play on the Dark Slayer, but that's just not really... It's not too feasible at this point. So they give up a kill on bottom, they give up their Lumber, they give up the tier 1 tower, and Miku is harassing at mid. Slowing down Triple X, looking for the spear, flying spear off the mark. And Miku goes on in for the explosive KO. Yeah, that's words right there. It was explosive. And he ends up staying alive. This opens up the Abyssal Dragon. It opens up the Abyssal Dragon for EDP. And it also opens up the Dark Slayer. Now that's a heads-up move from Wasim. Paranoia trying to get some work done against 12 Nuns in the top lane. Misses that hook there. So can't pull him back in. And YKT wants to get something in return, but he sees that the Dark Slayer is down. With a heads-up play from EDP, they are basically 3k gold ahead here. And this Dark Slayer gives them even more of an advantage. Slim's trying to secure his own jungle. He will get back. But there is a trap being set by EDP. Windus is over in bottom, so again, it's just zoning at this point, keeping fundamentals in a place where they can't farm at all. Flying Spirit goes through. Not going to hit Paranoia today. And I think Arduin might have caught sight of that play happening in the bush. So instead of going for the bush, they're going to go for the tower. Support only goes through, takes it down. And they're going right for YKT, almost killing him off there in just a few short shots from the Windus. Going for the bush play again. Fundamentals ready to defend their tier 2 tower. Ra's looking for the power surge. Goes it out, hits a couple. Windus with a great trap. Hits out Triplex with it. That's Earth Splitter is off the mark. That's a big ultimate off the board for fundamentals. Meanwhile, support only, he's been going for the tower this entire time. And while fundamentals are focusing on the mid lane, EDP are outmaneuvering them all over the map and going for 2 towers at a time just because they're that far. I mean, they're just that confident. It's not even that they're that far ahead. It is pretty far ahead, but that's not really explaining this difference. It's just a lot of strategy, a lot of in-game sense that goes the way of EDP, and that allows them to take their second base tower of the game. Wasim is still alive. He's being taken low. Triplex should get some kills on the backside of this. Paranoia in the brush. Will not get hit by that spear, but he does get some return kills for himself. So that will stop the bleeding for now, but at this point you just have to think, if your fundamentals, what exactly can I take off the map? And the answer is not that much, and even that, they're not really going for it. Paranoia was being a bit too cute. He'll get taken down in the top lane, but while they're chasing him down, these heroes are respawning, and the Abyssal Dragon is not being taken. That would be at least one key to getting fundamentals back in the match. Instead, they go for a kill, and they go for farming their jungle, which, you know, is not bad at all. But they could be taking more off the map. You can farm your jungle later. You can take Abyssal Dragon when the enemy heroes are down. But instead, they decide to clear their jungle first. Now, is there any reaction here from EDP? Looks like the answer is no. They're going to let fundamentals have their dragon. And EDP, they make the move. They just say, okay, you want the dragon, we'll go for top. That's only one more tower that we have to take, and we may as well. Fundamentals showing up. They know they're in the brush. They get the big stun by the Lumber on the 3, but there's the follow-up from EDP taking out 3. Triplex is taken down. He was way too far forward, and YKT, he's here on the backside. Big cyclone out of Slam, but is it going to be enough? Colossal Blitz stuck in this Lumber ultimate. Is staying alive, though. Just playing the edge as the Chognar. And they'll take down 3. Max is up, but Max is not getting into the fight. He's looking for support only. He'll get in. We'll take him down. Kefla looking for another, but Wasim is chasing him down and easily makes butter out of that Max. And Wasim looking for another is able to get it before that Earth Splitter goes off, and that should be the game here. The respawns are not really coming through just yet for fundamentals. Wasim versus Triplex. This is the fight that has to go for the game, and Triplex isn't able to do it because he got a big old Paranoia in his face. That will be it for game number 1. Paranoia leading his team to the victory here, as Wasim also doing some great damage as well. Behind on kills, but ahead on gold and towers. That's how you win the AOV. Taking down the core there. And that's the end of game number 1. Yes, indeed. You can see the bracket there. I mean, looking at the score screen, it is much closer than you think. I mean, Triplex got some great kills in there at the end. But really, it was some fantastic teamwork from EDP. They had a great match. You can see a lot of kill participation from them, and that's really the key. They got everybody involved in the fights, and they allowed Wasim to stay alive and just do the damage that they needed. A little bit much damage taken there, but it's all right. We're going to move on to game number 2. So with that being said, we've got EDP445 taking it. And we'll go to a game 2 to see if they can lock this down in 2 games. Thanks for watching. This is the PVL, and I'm Pythian. Thanks for watching.